Hey everybody, we are looking at E4, receiving a raise, and looking at inflation and how it affects your income. Now, the question on the screen right now may seem crazy. Would you rather have 35,000 or 37,000? Of course you want 37,000, right? Well, hold on a second, because the big part here that you have to look at is the year. Is 35,000 better in 2020 or is 37,000 better in 2021? Again, seems crazy. You want the most money, but this is where we see inflation comes in. So we're going to look at some numbers and see which one is actually better and how inflation plays a part. So here we go. All right. You just received a raise. Congratulations on that. Your new contract will be $37,000 and you have increased by $2,000. So which one is the better deal? Here we go. So first off, we have to look at your expenses, cost of living, all that kind of stuff. So to understand your salary if your salary has better purchasing power, you need to compare it to your expenses each year. So to do that, you need to add up all your expenses and subtract from your monthly income to see which year is better for you financially. So here we go. Here is your salary and your expenses in 2020. And here's your salary and expenses in 2021. Now, we have the same exact things that you're buying and paying money for each year. That's the same, but you'll notice there's a difference, all right? And when we look over here to our right, we're gonna see some changes. So for example, your apartment, $56 more expensive. Daycare went up $45. That's not unusual. Health insurance increased. Most years you do see increases for health insurance. Your college loan payments stay the same because that's going to be the same for the most part for the whole loan life. Same with your car payment. Your food increased about 6% in prices. Car insurance went up a little bit, but not bad. Diapers and formula. Oh, you have a kid. It's good to know, right? So that went up just a little bit. Cell phone bills a little more expensive. You needed a little bit more data. Internet and cable jumped a little bit, not bad. Electricity is the same. Your water bill's up $5. Garbage is up $2, and Netflix went up $1. Let's face it, Netflix isn't 11 anymore. It's actually higher than that. So in most categories, in 2021, things cost a little bit more. And so when you break down your salary in 2020, you have $2,917 a month. In 2021, we're looking at $3,083. Now, for simplicity's sake, we're not taking out taxes, but in real life, you'd have taxes. So, well, what does that mean? So realistically, if we want to understand this, we have to be able to add these up and see how much money we have left. So let's go to the next page. Let me get rid of all this ink on here. That's ugly. That's better. Okay. And here's what we have. On the left, or this was the difference between the two in terms of increases in price. So apartment went up 7%, daycare 9%. And these aren't huge jumps. You know, your car insurance went up 12%, but it wasn't very expensive to start with. So they're not huge jumps, but they're significant because all of it adds up. So in 2020, when you figured out your salary and you subtracted your expenses, you still had $67 left over at the end of the month. And go out to eat with your baby. All right. So you spend about 97.7% of your money. Now in 2021, you have the added $2,000 over the year included. So your salary was $3,083, but look at this. All of these increases over here added up. And now instead of $2,850, you're paying $3,028. And in 2021, you only have $55 left over at the end. You used 98.2% of your salary. So this is what's such a killer with inflation. If you look, you had $67 a month left in 2020, and now you have 55, and you made more money. So figuring out how much things are going to go up in price is really important when you're budgeting your money. And you need to know that. Otherwise, what happens sometimes is that people will say, oh, hey, I got a $2,000 bonus. We're going to take a vacation. But they don't think about how much more things are going to cost in the upcoming year. So whenever you get a little bit more money, always look at, okay, this year coming up, is it going to cost me more? I know for myself, looking at this year, there's a lot of things that'll cost more. Our internet will be 40, 50 bucks more because we need high speed internet because my kids are at home for school. We had some shifts in how much we have to pay through school for our health insurance. We're working out some different things with life insurance. So all these things add up, and you really need to keep those in consideration. Otherwise, you'll be spending money that you actually don't have to spend. So to finish this up, let's take a look. Here's all your information together. Now you're gonna have a quiz on this that you need to do, which will be, well, you'll see it under this section. And here are the questions you'll see on the quiz. Which year provides you with more spending potential? Why is that? So when we talk about spending potential, which year do you see more money left over? 2, how does inflation fit into this scenario? 3, if you receive a raise at a job, what do you need to keep in consideration before you spend your extra money? And 4, what lesson can this example teach you about inflation and cost of living? So following this up, you can go to the Receiving a Raise quiz. It'll be through Google Forms. Take care of that. And yeah, you're in good shape. Continue with the instructions and see what is next.